I just want to make it a very public statement that I was just belting revolting children before this. I've always been told that I have a really controversial top 10 roller coasters. Just saying, everything in this video is my opinion. There may be some things that you resonate with, and just to keep it civil, if you get me. Oh my god, imagine if someone edited me in this video. I'm gonna put you my little intro card up, and then we'll get straight into my top 10! So, when I say controversial, I mean controversial, especially with my number 10. For my number 10, I have put Rita. I used to be such a big Rita hater, but because of one night ride that I had last year, it's just changed the way I think of it. I used to think it was such a bad fit, it was so unforceful, but when you do it at night, it kind of took me aback. Like the turns, they weren't smooth, but they weren't like really janky. They just cruised. Number 9 isn't a very well-known coaster. It's Typhoon coaster at the Land of the Legends. It's one of my new creds for 2023, but like the lift is so unique. Yes, I know that there's probably other coasters out there that have the same lift hill, but it's just so unique. The way that they fit it into the space is just beautiful. It's probably like a little bit smaller than Tidal Wave. You get wetter because it's only 2x2 and like the wave like caves in and you 100% will get soaked. The theming is also really random, like the random man taking a shower, but then inside it looks like a god's, like it's raining and thundering. It's random, but it's effective. Number 8 is a fan favorite for most people, the Smiler. I'm not really much of a fan of Smilers, to be honest, but it's pretty enjoyable. It fits, oh my god, this is the third time I've said this. It fits into the area, but it's just a little bit run down in my opinion. It would be higher if they kind of kept up the maintenance for it, especially the queue line. It's always like basically flooded. Number 7 is controversial. There's some people out there that really love it, and you know they love it, but that's Soar. The indoor section is probably one of my like favorite indoor sections on a roller coaster. It's so smooth, all the theming and the air thingies, you know. The cattle pens are themed, and they're well themed. The feeling that you get at the top of like the lift hill as well, like just before you're going down that drop, is just immaculate. But the only like downside I would say is just after the mid-course. You do kind of get shoved forwards and it kind of hurts when you go. Now, number 6 is, if my number 1 didn't exist, it would probably be my number 1 just because of the backstory I've had behind it. Mel Mayhem is such a special ride to me from all the memories I've made on it with friends, with family, from opening day and the VIP day. It's such a sentimental coaster for me, and in my opinion, the best family coaster of 2023. I'm so happy it's gone to that park. It really fits Chessington's vibe and the area that it's in. I love how they used that plot of land so well. Remember, it was just a field with a sand pit in, and it really is loved by, I think, everyone. It's iconic. And the launch and going backwards and riding the back row backwards, it's, oh my god. And the spike, you could basically count that as another inversion. It's such an amazing addition to the park. Number 5 is a coaster that you don't really hear a lot about other than the Sparkle project, and that's Colossus. It really, in my opinion, does not deserve any hate that it gets. It was pretty well themed for the year it opened, obviously before all the Sparkle project stuff. And in my opinion, the roughness is basically just part of the experience. If you go on Colossus, it's gonna be rough. And I just want to point out, the last Heartline roll is my favorite inversion on any coaster. Yeah, number 4, I really wanted to include it in my top 10, but I didn't know where to put it because there's so many amazing coasters that I've ridden. So number 4 is Icon, our amazing double launch coaster in Blackpool Pleasure Beach. The smoothness of it is insane. The only complaint is how boring the exit kind of is. It's cold. I kind of want to go put the heating on. I'm gonna put the heating on. I'm back from putting the heating on. The feeling of the lap bar is incredible. Now we get to my top 3. My number 3 is another abroad coaster. It's Hypercoaster, the main coaster at Land of Legends. The height, the drop, the inversion, the hang time, the lap bar, insane. The colors are so eye-pleasing. The length of the layout just like checks all of my boxes. And you kind of don't think about the random train and the dirt floor when you're on the ride, because you're thinking about, oh, how am I gonna look in this camera? Am I gonna look insane? Because they have little on-seat cameras. Now at number 2, we have the fact that I've put Hypercoaster below this really says something about me. I love short rides. The beloved Stealth at Thorpe Park. I've written down here, just wow. For the type of coaster it is, they really exceeded expectations. It's just... And the soundtrack, WWTP radio, is mint. And last but not least, my number 1, which I think everyone can probably figure out, Alton Towers' very own Oblivion. I think it's always going to be at least in my top 3. The excitement you get when it's literally just a lift tilt, a drop, and a banked turn, and a 400-mile long brake run. It's amazing. It's crazy. It's also my most photographed coaster. And if you look at the back there, that is my photograph. And it's in the UK. We have the world's first vertical drop roller coaster in the UK. So that is my top 10 roller coasters. All of my socials are in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for the really late upload. It's been about a month. Au revoir.